Hello, and welcome to another episode of Extinct Bricks Originals. And for this very special episode, we'll be featuring the LYKA custom Jurassic World Ceratosuchops. But before we head on with this video, the Guess the SPECIE contest winners will be announced later on in the video, so watch out for it, guys. And now, on with the making of the Ceratosuchops. Okay, so I had this prepared already, but this is actually for another dinosaur. So we're going to make this one a Ceratosuchops. Okay, so since I have a really busy day, Mike will be helping me out in terms of, furthering on with this particular custom. Okay, so here's what he has done for this particular custom. Alright, so since we're not going to use this particular head, Mike is taking off the previous head of a Velociraptor on this one, and we're changing it up with a different head to it. So since the Ceratosuchops has a more Spinosaurid head to it, we're going to use this previous baby Spinosaurus that I made from before, and we're going to use this as the main head for our Ceratosuchops. Alright, so toy customizing is quite hard and would entail you to use certain sharp objects and also soft scissors, cutters, and things like that. So if it would be best if you would actually ask an adult to prepare this for you. Okay, so Mike has decided for us to use a ball and socket joint on the head and neck area so that it would have a lot more movement. Okay, so to be able to attach this one, Mike is actually using here super glue, and I would prefer to use Mighty Bond or magic glue because that would be more stable, but it would actually be okay if you actually use a super glue for this one. It dries off quickly and you don't get stuff on your hands. You can easily take them off. Also, Mike here is cutting off the body because the body of the Ceratosuchops is a little bit more, I guess, longer than a raptor's body. So he's going to extend the body a little bit. Okay, so using some aluminum foil, we're bulking up the figure before we add in more clay to it, because if you're going to put in more clay, then it's just going to be really heavy, top heavy as well as bottom heavy for a custom. So here we're already starting off with the sculpting phase. So we're using equal parts of A and B non-sag epoxy, and we're filling in the gaps between the tail as well as the body, the head, and things like that. So finally, here is the completed sculpt of the Ceratosuchops. I made a few adjustments in terms of the overall shape of the dinosaur. And here it is after it has been primered. So I use Bosley number 68 in gray. And once it's dried, around 1 to 2 hours, we're going to start on the painting. So for the paint scheme of the Ceratosuchops, we're using reference from from Google images. So this one is a mixture of red as well as orange. So it's a bit of a red-orange color to it, and this will be going on the areas of the lower sections of the dinosaurs as well as that of the neck area. So you can see here I'm actually using a blow dryer so that it dries up more quickly. So if ever I would touch on the glue the paint, it won't smudge on my hands. Okay, so here's a mixture of yellow ochre and a little bit of white as well as black to it, and this touch bit of color from the bottom part of our dinosaur, so somehow it blends with the yellow orange here. Okay, so we let it off dry and then we're painting on the topmost portion. So this is a lighter color of what we had earlier on. So we're just going to paint and layer it on top of the creature. So after this has dried, we're going to do another layer for it so that it's more opaque. So here we're just painting on the crest of the Ceratosuchops, as you can see here, the same colors that we used earlier on the bottom part of the Ceratosuchops. Alright, so the next painting detail would be some stripes on our Ceratosuchops. So using the same colors that we had on the skin or the topmost portions of the Ceratosuchops, we added some more blues as well as more blacks to it. This will actually create a grayish green color on stripes. So yeah, so other than this, we'll be also mixing coloration or a mixture of this same color with more yellows to it, and we're blending in stripes like this. So these stripes will be a lot more I guess smaller and thinner, so we're using this ballpoint brush that I use here. Okay, so that's about it for the making of our Ceratosuchops. I hope you enjoyed this one and learned something from it as well. So let us now move on with the next portion of this video. This is so guess the species contest announcements. First up, we have 10 lucky picks. Here they are: Emperor of Tunes, Gallon, Sonus, Popsicle, Sarah PKD, Victor Gabriel, Aiden, Jeffzilla, Rainbow, Gojifan. Congratulations everyone, and up our top 10 winners.
Top 10.
Jacktastic,
Top 9.
Cretaceous Bricks,
Top 8.
Christopher Craig,
Top 7.
Rainmark 11-year-old boy,
Top 6.
Tuban Kiet,
Top 5.
Mesozoic Channel,
Top 4.
Dustley Forest Rakus,
Top 3.
Colton Todd,
Top 2.
Cines Dragon,
Top 1.
and Hunter Hens. Congratulations everyone, and I'll see you on the next Guess the Species contest. For those of you who would like to join, here's how. Just click on the Extinct Bricks icon and it will lead you to the Extinct Bricks homepage. And in the homepage, just click on that community link and it will lead you to all my posts. I'll see you there everyone. And now let's move on with the Sembricks. Alright, so Sembricks, let's count down the number of parts to this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 parts to this. Now let's start by connecting the head with the lower jaw. I've already pre-connected the neck because it's quite tricky to put it in. Now let's connect this to the body. Let's connect the arms. This is the left arm. Now the right arm. The legs. This is the right leg one. And then the left. And then of course the last piece would be the tail. And that's it. Our Ceratosuchops. Now let's have some Extembrix Dino Trivia. The Ceratosuchops means horned crocodile face. It's a genus of Spinosaurid from the early Cretaceous of Britain. Ceratosuchops is estimated to measure around 8.5 meters. Alright, so we're back and you can see here our Ceratosuchops. So the Ceratosuchops or Ceratosuchops, if whatever you want to call it, is actually, a really good addition to my Spinosaurid family. I have a few already and you'll be seeing them later on in the video. So for now, let's just have a closer look on this one. So the Ceratosuchops is pretty much like a small Suchomimus. However, there are some differences in terms of how the head shape is, and but the overall body shape is actually that of a Suchomimus, just a smaller one. So this one I based off the photo or the painting on this particular photo. So I know it's not the usual painting scheme that we have for Extembrix, but I'd like to experiment sometimes and see how my painting skills would work on, especially for smaller and medium-sized carnivores such as this one. Okay, so we have here several stripes of greenish what do you call this, gray colors. Lighter tones also were actually included in the in between of this one. So it reminds me actually of the tiger from He-Man. This one has a reddish underbelly and also reaches out until the neck area as well. So it also has the same colors on the crest on top of its head. So the articulation here would be pretty good. This is actually done by Mike of Ibito Universe. I haven't really had a lot of time on this one, but I helped out with the sculpting on the details on the head. So this has some articulation here on the neck area, and you can see here is a ball and socket area here, so you can actually have several movements of the head like so. So you can actually have dynamic head motion such as this one, and it's actually very good in terms of when you're going to do stop motion animation on this types of figures. Of course, the arms will have this rotational motion, same as that of the legs, and then the tail is pretty much static, although it has some bendability to it. So that's the closer look on our Ceratosuchops. Okay, so we're ready for some size comparisons, and Ibi here is back, and you can see here that he is beside our Ceratosuchops. So although this is actually a really large carnivore that is also a Spinosaurid, it's quite not as big as its counterparts. Okay, so let's now compare with others, but before that, here's a size comparison of a Ceratosuchops and a normal human being, which is around the same size as that of Ibi. So I think it's just about the right size, and also comparing it, I think we, in terms of proportion, the body length and also the head is also just about right. Okay, so let's now move on with some size comparisons with other Spinosaurids. So I'm really excited for this one. First up, we have our Spinoraptor. So this is Spinoraptor from Ibito Universe. Is quite a very colorful one. Look at the details on the tail. That is actually what actually gave me that, wow, this is a really cool costume. So if you haven't checked this one out, guys, please check it out. It's a really cool custom by Mike of the Toy Universe. The Spinoraptor. Let's move along with some more smaller Spinosaurids that we have. This is the Irritator. Yeah, so the Irritator was made by me I think that was around last year, but I cannot remember which month it is. But yeah, so it's about the right size or the same size as that of our Ceratosuchops here. It has several articulations, but you know, I think what we did here on the Ceratosuchops is much more I guess in keeping with a Spinosaurid. So let me just know if you which one you prefer in terms of how the neck area was done, the Ceratosuchops or the one I did before. Okay, so this is the Irritator for you guys. Next up we have our Ossophagosaurus. Yeah, so this is also similar to that of our Irritator in terms of articulation, and you can see here that it also has or sports a small sail on top of its body, or but a little bit more, I guess, shorter than compared to our Irritator. So next up we have our Baryonyx. And so our Baryonyx is also a medium-sized carnivore, although much larger than our Ceratosuchops. So this is our Jurassic World online, or is it Jurassic World website Baryonyx. So it has this bluish tinge of scales on the head, cheetah-like stripe on the nasal area there. And although this is, you know, not as detailed in terms of painting as with my newer customs, I still like this one though. So maybe we'll be making another Baryonyx in the future once the Jurassic World Dominion or movie shows. We'll see. Right, so that's the Baryonyx. Of course, we won't go without comparing this one with its similar cousin, which is a larger one. This is the Suchomimus. So our Suchomimus actually sports the same type body type as that of our Ceratosuchops. And as you can see here, the main difference would be not just the size but also the head shape. So the Ceratosuchops would actually be more in keeping with the shape of a Baryonyx head than that of a Suchomimus. So take a look at that, guys. So I know this is actually a recustom of my previous Suchomimus. So if you haven't checked this one out, guys, please check it out. It's a cool reversion of my Suchomimus. So yeah, wow. And lastly, we have this Oxalaya. Right, so this Oxalaya is actually one of my favorite, Spinosaurids that I've done so far. This is a gift that I actually made for Mike for his birthday last year, and yeah, I really like the colors on this one. It has a lot of detailing to it. The sail is actually removable, as you can see here, and it has some pink detailing on the sail in itself. So it's a really cool custom. So definitely much larger than our Ceratosuchops. Alright, so check this video, guys, or else he will be munching on you. And now moving along with our Extinct Break Species roll call, and we have all the creatures that you've seen here so far. If you do have other, customs that you'd like to see here, other species that you'd like to see here on Extinct Breaks, then please comment them down below in the comment section. Also, Evie here would like to remind you guys that all that you see here, are actually available in our Extinct Breaks playlist over here. But I'll be placing in individual links of each of the creatures here so that you won't have to go over 200 and plus videos that I have uploaded so far here on Extinct Breaks. Okay, so let's now move on with the Extinct Breaks species roll call. Let's start with this one, Extinct Breaks Oxalaya. This is the Extinct Breaks Ray Irritator. This is the Extinct Jurassic World Baryonyx. Extinct Jurassic World Suchomimus. This is the Ibizo Universe Spinoraptor. This is the Extinct Ossifracosaurus. And of course, the star of the show here is Extinct Ceratosuchops. And that's it for the video for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's a pretty simple custom which you can also make at your home. So if you do have other questions, then please comment them down below and I'll be willing to answer them up. Okay? So I'll be putting on several more video clips on the Ceratosuchops, so stay tuned at the end of the video. Oh no, another asset out of containment. I hope Evie can control this one. Well, that's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this particular video. And for all your likes, your views, and your shares, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. And also, please don't forget to support our other channels, Ibizo Universe and the Adventures of Moira and Lasher. Please watch their videos and support our channel by subscribing. And as we always would say, let your inner dino brain